Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, Americans. It's Friday.
Thanks for being here. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. So, Keith made it back for one grueling day. He's been out for 3 weeks, over 3 weeks, yeah. Back for yesterday, and now he's sick. Huh. Okay. What was it he said? He said he felt like he got hit by a Mack truck or something?
I believe that was the quote, yeah.
Perfect. But keep in mind, he tested negative 4 times.
So you can be sick, I guess.
Yes, with something else.
Not have COVID?
Apparently. I don't know. It used to be the case. I don't know if it is anymore.
I don't think it is. I do not think it is.
I think that's the only disease going around now.
Yeah.
Killed all the other ones. We talked about this. It's like Godzilla killed all the other monsters. Now he's the king of the monsters.
He's it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and I think that's what COVID did. So, I don't know. There are false negatives. I know that. I just hope that's not the case here. Yeah, I hope that's not the case. All right.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Seriously, now, you're going to go out on a limb.
Yeah.
And say
I hope that's not the case. I really do. And I suspect you do as well.
I absolutely do, my friend. Mm-hmm. I mean, I hosed this place down as much as I could.
Yeah, did you do a little something with
the
microphone?
Yes, I did.
Good, okay.
Yes. I did a little something with the microphone, and I hosed it down.
And the desk?
Yes, all of it.
Mm-hmm.
The chair handle.
I mean, just in
everything.
Case. Well, even if it's not COVID, you don't want to get what he has.
Plague, right.
Yes.
Right.
So that's prudent. It's definitely prudent. I should have wiped down this place again, and I didn't.
Well, he only breathed on that over there. He touched this stuff.
He touched all this stuff. He's touched everything in here. All right. So, whatever. Whatever. We'll think good thoughts for him. Hopefully he'll be back up on his feet quickly. Let's see. Got more on trivia today. It is
Indianapolis and the Raiders.
And the Las Vegas Raiders, which is hard to get used to.
I know.
But I just got used to Los Angeles.
I know.
After Oakland. And now it's Las Vegas?
Las Vegas.
Doesn't seem right, does it?
No, it doesn't. And I catch myself all the time not calling them Las Vegas.
Plus, they have that beautiful stadium.
Right.
Haven't had a single fan in it.
Empty.
Yeah.
Yeah, the owner said, no way. He's not opening it up for just for 25% or 20% of the audience. No way.
Oh.
When we can open it up with full crowd, that's when I'm opening it up.
So it's all or nothing.
Yep.
And they paid what? And I suppose it was the taxpayers of Las Vegas. I don't know their arrangement there, but usually
it was just under $2 billion.
It winds up on the taxpayers, to pay the $2 billion price tag that those are carrying now,
which is nothing.
Although, the L.A. stadium cost, was it $5?
That's correct.
$5 billion.
That's correct.
$5 billion.
Oh, but 2 teams play there. So
that's only $2.5 billion per team. That's not bad. That's great.
It's really pretty.
Yeah, I'm sure it's very, very
really
nice.
Pretty.
Yeah.
Got to be more to that stadium than just a football stadium.
And again, very few people have been in there.
I know.
So, what a year it's been. What a year. Oh, we found out that man-made production, so buildings, roads, trash, everything we've created as humankind, now outweighs all natural life on Earth. The weight of roads, buildings, other constructed manufactured materials is doubling roughly every 20 years, and authors of the research said it currently weighs 1.1 teratons. That's 1.1 trillion tons, or they say about 15% of the total weight of Jeffy.
Is that the quote from the story?
Yeah, it's right here in the story.
The scale just blinks when you get on it.
1.1 trillion tons, or about 15% of the total weight of Jeffy. So, That's a lot. That's heavy.
Good to be here.
Yeah, I bet it is.
Be here.
Did you miss this yesterday?
Oh, man.
You missed it, right?
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's why I thought we'd welcome you back with
Thank you. Yeah.
make you feel at home again. I don't know how they figure that. It's not like they put everything on Earth on a scale.
And it means what? That's how we're ruining the Earth?
Yeah, it's
that's what
in
they're
part.
getting to?
Sure.
Where the planet is
Of course.
being ruined because of that?
As mankind has ramped up its insatiable consumption of natural resources, the weight of living biomass, trees, plants, and animals, has halved since the agricultural revolution to stand at just 1 teraton currently. So we outweigh it by 0.1 teraton. Estimating changes in global biomass and man-made mass since 1990, the research showed that the mass of human-produced objects stood at just 3% of the weight of biomass at the start of the 20th century. It was only 3%, and now look at
that.
Yep. You know what that means? We built some stuff since
Right.
since the turn of the 19th
But we
century.
also found forests and trees, and I mean things are still being created.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I hope we're figuring that into the equation.
There are still more trees on this planet than there are stars in the sky. So, more trees on Earth than stars in the Milky Way galaxy. That's a lot.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
There's also a hole in the sky.
Where the tree once stood?
Yeah.
Yeah. And somebody's making money on it. They cut down a single tree. So now there's only 3 trillion left.
Oh, no.
What are we going to do? What are we going to do?
I don't know.
Drawing on a host of industrial and ecological data, the study estimated human production accounts for roughly 30 gigatons annually. At the current growth rate, man-made materials likely to weigh as much as 3 teratons by 2040. What does that mean? So what? The Earth is going to sink?
Capsize.
It's going to tip over and capsize. At the same time, overall biomass is decreasing, mainly because of deforestation. And shut up on the deforestation thing. And land use changes, making way for intensive agriculture. Yeah, you wouldn't want to plant things that people can eat.
No.
You don't want to do that.
No.
Buildings and roads account for most of the man-made mass, and a number of construction trends, including shifting from bricks to concrete and construction in the mid-1950s, contributed to the accelerated weight accumulation. Now, what contributed to your accelerated weight acceleration?
Bricks and concrete. Yeah, it was bricks and concrete.
Your accelerated weight accumulation, I guess it was. Was it bricks and concrete?
Yeah, it was bricks and concrete.
Okay. I would have thought it was something else.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like a side of beef every day.
That may have had something to do with it.
Okay, so yes, this all proves that humanity has an outsized impact on the natural world. We can no longer deny our central role in the natural world. We are already a major player, and with that comes a shared responsibility. So I guess what? We stop constructing things?
I guess, right?
I don't know how that hurts anything. So what if it was more? And? Your point?
We stop building with bricks and concrete?
Maybe.
Go back to log cabins?
But why? What difference does it make if we weigh 3 teratons or 1 teraton? So? Does the Earth spin differently? Does it change the orbit? No, it does not. It does not.
I mean, the Inuits think we've already wobbled.
Yeah, but is that from building stuff?
No.
What do the Inuits say that's from?
They don't know.
They don't know.
Yeah,
but
they're
we
saying
did
that
it?
It's not climate change. They said it wasn't climate change. It was just that the Earth has wobbled.
I like the
Their
Inuits.
skies have changed.
I wish people would listen to the Inuits.
Right.
They're right about that. It's not climate change. Oh, I got to tell you very quickly about Patriot Mobile. You know, because it is the season for giving, and Patriot Mobile is back with a brand new Christmas promotion just for you. Until December 19th, get a Samsung A11 for yourself and for someone else. That's 2 phones absolutely free. Or bring your own phone and get a free month of service. With Patriot Mobile, you get the same nationwide coverage everybody uses the same cell towers. We all know that, have known that for a long time. Plus, Patriot Mobile has plans to fit any budget. They are America's only Christian conservative wireless provider. They take a portion of your bill and actually help supply Bibles for kids. They make switching easy, too. Just go to patriotmobile.com/Pat, or you could call their U.S.-based customer service team. 972-PATRIOT, 972-PATRIOT. Veterans and first responders save even more. So go check it out. The same service, a lower price, and they celebrate Christmas. What could be better? Get free activation and a special gift with the offer code PAT. PatriotMobile.com/Pat or 972-PATRIOT.
Look, Daddy, teacher says every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
That's right. That's right. Attaboy, Clarence.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
All right, so we have 224,452 new cases since yesterday of coronavirus. 224,452 in one day. Huh. And 90% of people might be not contagious.
Right.
Because of the virus load that they have in their body. It's not enough of the virus in them to pass it on to somebody else.
Right, the threshold, right? The whatever it was, threshold.
I think it was the load threshold. The virus load threshold.
Viral load threshold.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Viral load, yeah. And yet still 224,000 people are getting it every day. Wow.
Yeah, no kidding.
There were 2,700 deaths yesterday, too. That's less than the day before where it was over 3,000. So I think they were a little disappointed in that.
Well, yeah, because
of course, they want to create hysteria that we're having more deaths than ever before.
Right. We already broke the 16 million cases, but they want us, and I say they. I mean, obviously, I don't know that anybody wants us to. It just feels like they do. Reach the 300,000 death threshold, which we're pretty close to.
Yeah, where are we as far as...
According to this, 299,692.
Oh, wow. We're
but,
really close.
We're close to breaking
so we'll get over it today.
Threshold. Yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure this weekend. I mean.
Well, the new forecast now is 362,000 fatalities by January 2nd. The CDC predicted that number of newly reported coronavirus-related deaths will likely...
That's doable.
Yeah. That's doable, 362,000 by January 2nd.
We can pull that in.
Yeah, I don't think we want to do it, but they made the prediction in its weekly ensemble forecast, which combines national and state-level forecasts into an aggregate prediction on the state of COVID-19 over the next 4 weeks. In this forecast, for the week ending January 2nd, they're predicting anywhere from 12,600 to 23,400 new deaths due to the coronavirus. So we'd be up to about 362,000 on the outside. I mean, it's still way under that total that they predicted from that British model that predicted
sure is
2.2 million. And I guess that was if we did nothing, we'd hit 2.2 million.
Well,
I don't know that that's true, though.
I thought Trump did nothing. He handled it horribly.
Yeah.
I thought that was the case.
That's all we hear. That is all we hear. So it is interesting that, and, they blame every single death on him.
They sure do.
Anyway. So it doesn't matter what he would have done, what he did do, what he's about to do.
3,000 people died, and he didn't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which isn't true. And when he did take action, they were pissed about that.
Yes.
Also, about 200 hospitals are supposedly at full capacity, and 1/3 of all U.S. hospitals are almost out of ICU space. 1/3. I mean, does that sound dire? That doesn't sound dire to me. 1/3 of U.S. hospitals are almost at capacity.
Right. Well, they used, and that's almost at capacity. Is that their threshold capacity or is that actual capacity? You know what I'm saying? Because they said when they redo their mandates, they use that 15% threshold. So it's not that they're overloaded; it's that they're above that 15% threshold.
Yes.
So I'm just wondering what they're using for those numbers.
This
if they're
doesn't-
actually at capacity,
Yeah.
which still, you're right, doesn't sound so dire
It really doesn't.
because they're almost there. And I don't know, maybe
And it's only a third.
other states are different, but here where we live in DFW, every corner is a hospital.
Uh-huh.
So it seems like
That's
if a
for
third
sure.
of those are almost at capacity, we'll go to the other one.
This does seem like the hospital capital of the
Sure
world.
does, man.
Doesn't it? I mean,
Yes, it
everywhere
does.
you look is some kind of hospital.
Hospital and emergency care.
Yeah. Yeah. There's just a
Everywhere.
ton of it here. Just a ton. So maybe if your area is, don't come here. No, don't come. to
Never
Texas.
mind.
I take it back.
Never mind.
Let me tell you.
You know
about-
what? Those hospitals are closed. I'm sorry. The lights were off this morning. when we
Yeah,
drove
that's
by.
right. I forgot about that. They're all closed. Let me tell you about Omega XL. If you have some pain and you suspect or you know that it's brought on by inflammation, this is something that can definitely help you out. And maybe you've tried a whole bunch of other things, maybe even other omega fatty acid products. This one is fantastic because, first of all, they come in little teeny little gel caps that are so easy to swallow. They don't give you that fish aftertaste. It's backed by 35 years of clinical research, and it has an off switch to inflammation. So it shuts down the inflammation. Doesn't just cover it up for a little while. It shuts it off, and then the pain goes away. Pain relievers and topical rubs just mask it for a while. And sometimes they don't even do that, but Omega XL neutralizes that inflammation that causes the painful stiff joints and muscles. So let's get you started by ordering one bottle and getting a second bottle free. So buy one, get one free, 50% off your first order. Visit omegaxl.com/Pat. That's omegaxl.com/Pat. Or you can call 800-844-4888.
Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas, George! Merry Christmas, George! Merry Christmas, movie house! Merry Christmas, Emporium! Merry Christmas, you wonderful old building and loan!
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Watched any Christmas movies yet?
No,
No?
not really. I haven't been in the Christmas spirit.
What?
Yeah.
In this particular year, you're not in the Christmas spirit?
I can't seem to get into the spirit.
Huh. That's really weird. Why?
know.
What
I
seems to
don't
be the
know.
problem?
I don't know.
Things have gone so well, and now this is just a great way to, finish off a fun, fantastic year.
Okay.
I will say, though, that a lot of people have been so miserable this year, they're really immersing themselves into Christmas to try to make up for it, trying to make this a nice Christmas ending to a really crappy year, because it has been
That's a good thought.
a really
maybe
crappy
I should
year.
do that.
You should do that. Yeah.
But
you
right
haven't
now,
done any of it yet.
No.
Good.
Right now.
I mean, the
No.
good one of the really good things about this is no company Christmas parties. We didn't have to deal with that. That was nice, right?
I mean, no.
No, that's right.
No.
That's what I meant, too.
I mean,
is dang
my
it.
gosh. Oh, did I want to go to the Christmas party?
Dang it.
Oh, man.
I don't think there's a person alive who wants to go to their company Christmas party. Is there? Is there a person alive? And did anybody have their company Christmas party?
Ooh, I don't know. Maybe they had Zoom ones.
Maybe.
Zoom ones.
Yeah, maybe.
And then everybody, of course, got their bonuses and their Christmas gifts from their bosses and everything.
Sure.
And, mailed to them
Mm-hmm.
so that they don't open until Christmas party day
Right.
on Zoom so that, we could share it with everyone.
I would suspect almost no one had a party, right? Because you kind of can't in this environment.
Not in a gathering.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't
No.
get together at a restaurant or a bar or a ballroom or whatever.
Not unless you
And-
sneak one.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they're busting parties left and right in the Northeast and out in California. People are trying to sneak parties, but
in California, you can barely be in your house
with more than 2 people.
Yeah.
No question.
It's ridiculous.
I know. They just busted a big super party there was like 150 people there.
In California?
Super spreader, secret party. There was the restaurant in Chicago that had the chairs folded up in the front window like they were closed.
Mm-hmm.
But if you went in to order takeout and you were like, "Hey, do you have any room inside?" They'd take you to the back.
It's like a speakeasy.
Yeah, and they'd take you to the back and serve you. And amazingly, it was owned by one of the Chicago aldermen or something.
Oh, he's the one.
And he's one of the ones that were, making people shut down. Oh, man.
Well, he voted to shut everybody down.
And he was like, "Oh, man, sorry. It just was a couple of times." Yeah, for a month or so. A couple of times, just every day.
Yeah, it's another one of those do as I say, not as I do things. It's like, I'm elite. You're not. Yeah. You can't do what I'm doing.
My
Did
restaurant,
you think you could do it too? No.
My restaurant is a special place where the people who are people come.
Yes. I need to be open. You don't. It's like I care about my hygiene. Like the Chicago mayor said, I care about my hygiene. Pfft, obviously, you don't. You don't need to go to the beauty shop at all. But I do because I'm important. Babylon Bee has written an article about Gavin Newsom issuing a double stay-at-home order where you have to stay in a smaller house inside your original house.
That's almost true.
It is. It is. In an attempt to fight another spike in COVID-19 infections in California, Governor Gavin Newsom has issued the first ever double stay-at-home order. With the new order, people aren't only ordered to stay in their homes no matter what, but also aren't free to wander around their homes. Instead, they have to stay inside smaller houses inside their regular homes.
If they get caught outside of the smaller house inside their regular home, do they go on double secret probation?
I don't know. Let's read and find out what happens to them. If staying home makes you safe, Newsom told the press, then staying inside an even smaller home inside that home would make you double safe. This is just basic science, as any scientist would tell you. This statement got a nod of approval from scientist Scruffy, who stood beside Newsom, though it was possible that man was just a hobo who got a lab coat at Goodwill.
Possible.
With the new order, people were told to bring a bunch of snacks and a bottle to pee in to reduce the need to ever leave the smaller house.
There you go.
People are also ordered to wear masks while alone in their own tiny houses because why not?
Because, yeah.
Police will be going to house and looking through the windows to make sure everyone is in their tiny houses inside their houses. Though some sheriff's office say they won't comply because of something called the Constitution. Newsom reiterated, though, that there are no exceptions to this double stay-at-home order other than if you're a governor and really want a fancy dinner.
There you go.
So that's good. I'm glad to see that.
But no double secret probation, so.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. At least he didn't mention it. That doesn't mean there isn't.
That's not far off from true.
I know. All of these stories from the Babylon Bee are just actual stories now.
I know. Well, we had for the longest time. I mean, there's I had some stories. There's a morning email that I get that has headlines and stories and stuff. And one of their little things that they do is gives you. They call it 3 headlines and a lie, but it's really 4 headlines and one of them is a lie, right? So, and the first one that they did was French radio accidentally announces death of 100 of the world's most famous people. Man tries to sue Peloton for failing to disclose that its exercise bikes are not roadworthy. Dolly Parton partly funded Moderna COVID vaccine research. Turkmenistan's authoritarian leader unveils huge golden dog statue in the Capitol. Which one of those is not true?
What was the second one?
Man tries to sue Peloton for failing to disclose
that one.
And you're right. That's the fake one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, could that hold water?
Yes.
Yes. In today's world? Yes.
It wouldn't surprise me at all.
I know.
If so, well, it's a bike, isn't it?
Right.
Why isn't it roadworthy? Because it's a stationary bike. That doesn't mean you can't take it out on the road and drive it around.
Exercise outside. But I mean, times are tough for Babylon Bee these days, man, and they still do a great. They still do a great job, no question. But it's tough coming up with headlines that are not true, because so many of the headlines that are true, you shake your head at and go, "No, that can't be true."
Yeah. Like this headline: Is the globalist reset failing? The elites may have overplayed their hand. How I hope that's true. Yeah, one aspect of narcopaths, that's narcissistic sociopaths, that's important to remember is that they live in their own little world, in which their desires and bizarre dysfunctions are normalized. They believe themselves superior to most people because they're predatory and don't suffer from annoying hang-ups like empathy and conscience. They generally tend to believe they've pulled the wool over everyone's eyes the majority of the time. They think that you're a submissive idiot, and when they bark an order, you'll simply jump to attention because you believe. In their arrogance, they tend to expect they can drain the public dry at will without being resisted or exposed. Problem is, as soon as they start to feed and destroy, they draw attention to themselves. Eventually, they will attract the suspicions of the public along with some vampire hunters, unless they find a way to hide a stake through the heart. It's inevitable. Now, what he says is going on here is that first, criminals tend to brag about their crimes when they think it's too late for anyone to do anything about them. He says, I predicted the globalists would be very open in revealing their agenda the moment they believe themselves untouchable. For the freedom-loving public, this suggests that in 2020 and 2021, the elites must think there's nothing that can be done to stop the machine. They're so blatant in their calls for the global reset, and they have been. A cashless society, totalitarian lockdowns, and a surveillance state that no one in their right mind can claim these notions are conspiracy theory anymore. The fact is, the conspiracy theorists were right all along, and now there's nothing anybody can say about it. Second, I have also argued in the past that the globalist push for a new world order is a double-edged sword that could very well end up annihilating them. As they attempt to initiate their reset agenda, they become more and more exposed. They can no longer lurk in the safety of the shadows, and there is no going back once the process is started. Once the globalists become widely known, they must either swiftly take control through engineered chaos and collapse, or face retribution that could eliminate a cabal that took them centuries to build.
Who wrote this, Glenn Beck?
It does sound like Glenn, doesn't it? It was written by Tyler Durden. You ever heard of him?
That's Glenn's pen name.
It's in Tyler Durden in Zero Hedge. Anyway, he says, there are aspects of the reset that are indeed fixed and that can't be undone. For example, numerous national economies, including the U.S., are in the midst of stagflationary collapse, and there's nothing that can be done to reverse it. Perhaps a decade ago, we could have changed course, but now it's too late. The pain can be reduced, though, if people quickly end their dependency on the system and create localized trade networks of their own. But the economy as we know it right now is dead, and it's not coming back anytime soon. No, that's not happy news.
No, no, it's not.
He says, I don't see this, though, as a win for the elites. Crashing the economy is one thing. Rebuilding it into the collectivist dystopia they desperately want is another. Everything depends on who rebuilds. Maybe it will be them. Maybe it will be us. Interesting.
Tries to give you a little uplifting note at the end.
Yeah, a little glimmer of hope. Okay, yeah, sure, it's too late to fix the economy, but maybe we can rebuild it.
Yeah, maybe.
Or maybe they will.
Then again, maybe not.
Now back to Pat Gray on the Blaze Radio Network.
All right. We got a whole bunch of stuff to get to before more on trivia, including something pretty cool yesterday with SpaceX. They launched another SpaceX vehicle and did like a test launch. They were going to launch it, set it up there a ways, gets into suborbit, I think, and then just comes back down and kind of glides back down, then flips around and lands upright. Now I don't think that's ever happened with a rocket before. I don't think anybody's ever shot one up and then landed that rocket standing.
Right. Well, I mean, that's what Elon's famous for, right? I mean, he lands the boosters, and that's what he wanted to do. And so they took off.
And here's what happened yesterday.
Mars, here we come.
Yeah.
And then they brought it back.
Here it is. Okay, so it's going up.
Now it's landing.
There it's coming down now. Boom. Oh, go.
Oh.
It hit a little too fast.
Yeah.
And it's okay. We didn't quite slow down enough. Now, Elon said that might happen. In fairness, he said, "All right, we got some issues, but we're going to go anyway. We think it's far enough along that we're just going to see what happens. And
right.
It may not land successfully." And it didn't.
No, the engines appeared to reignite, and then it flipped back vertical, slammed into the ground.
Yeah.
And
it's supposed to flip back vertical, though,
and
right?
Elon's,
and then just be slowed down enough to where it just touches down and stays there instead of exploding. Because the people in it eventually will appreciate it
a little bit slower.
They'll appreciate it when it doesn't explode. Yes. I think.
And when it took off, Elon, tweeted, "Mars, here we come." And then he said at the end of the launch when the accident happened, we got all the data we needed. Great job. No problem. Thank you. We're fine.
Thank you, South Texas, for your support. This is the gateway to Mars.
And then he said, I think the quote was, we got all the data we needed. Thank you. Great job, SpaceX. No problem.
Okay, so he's still...
Full header tank pressure was low during landing burn, causing touchdown velocity to be high and rud. But we got all the data we needed. Congrats, SpaceX team. Hell yeah.
So they're still on track, supposedly, for the 2024 landing of people on the moon. So by 2024, SpaceX and NASA claim they're going to land more people on the moon. That got pushed up from 2028 to 2024.
Right.
So that almost never happens, where they think, okay, we don't need that much time. Let's go ahead and move that up.
Right.
What's kind of amazing, though, is we're still talking about going to the moon when we did this 50 years ago. We did it 51 years ago. And we did it for 3 straight years 51 years ago. And we landed, 12? I think 12 astronauts on the moon. But
China just landed a robot on the moon.
Yeah, they landed a robot and planted a flag.
That needs to be taken down.
And it just seems like the 1969 technology is ancient compared to what we have now. It's ancient. I mean, everybody knows. Everybody's heard the statistic now that there's more computation power in your pocket with your phone than Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin had on the computer that got them to the moon.
Right.
By far. I mean, it's not even close.
Not even close.
I mean, what's in our pockets is so technologically advanced compared to the moon launch technology.
Which is just incredible to think about.
It is.
I mean, we're doing stuff with our phones that
on the other hand, space flight has really not progressed because we didn't try to progress it. We haven't been working the last 50 years on getting anywhere and doing anything because they had no vision for it.
And so now their vision is to use the moon as the launching pad, right?
To Mars.
Right, and to other worlds beyond that.
We should have been to Mars by 1980.
It feels that way, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We should have already. I mean,
at the latest, 1990.
Now, we found out earlier this week that maybe we have.
Yeah, right. We actually have a base. We have an underground base on Mars.
With the Galactic Federation. Okay, so.
That was according to the former head of the Israel Space Agency.
Right.
So
right.
He must know.
He
on the other hand,
to know.
He's 87 years old, and he might think he knows some things that maybe aren't exactly right. I don't know.
Now, some would say that he's 87 and it doesn't matter to him right now. He just wants to get the truth out there.
That's what he said, actually. Yeah.
Huh.
So.
I mean, there is that.
There is
and
that.
And then we have Virgin Atlantic, right, getting ready to do their space shot.
Yeah, they had their last test yesterday.
The date is open from today till the 24th, I think, where they're going to test their flights. into space.
But they're hoping for today.
The 11th was the day one, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So this is going to be their last test launch before they start launching people into space at $250,000 a piece.
I think they're going to have 2 astronauts.
That's really cool.
And two dummies on this test flight.
Oh, okay.
2 mannequins.
Yeah.
And it's cool that they got to deal with Under Armour for the astronaut suits and the traveler
Now,
suits.
do you get the suit and the trip to space for $250,000?
I don't know. I don't know.
Is the suit extra?
I mean, Under Armour might be hanging stuff up at the terminal saying, "Ooh, yeah, you can't get on without this, and this we charge for."
Fascinating. I mean, some great things are coming. It's just that we should be further along. I just really think the space shuttle project, when we went from the moon to the space shuttle, it's like a step backward. What are you doing? Why are we bothering with, okay, we get to fly around the Earth again? We're doing orbits? I mean, John Glenn did that, okay, in 1960.
Well, we needed something to go pick up the trash at the space station, right?
Yeah, we did. And I guess, and deliver satellites into orbit. And so this shuttle did that. And wasn't that exciting? Actually, I remember the first launch in 80 or 81, whenever that happened. It was exciting at first. And then it's like, okay, yeah, we've seen that. We've been there. We've done that. Just like the moon launch.
And it was,
the first one was really cool, and then nobody cared anymore.
And it's so cool seeing them when you're in Florida. The
launch?
Yeah.
So I bet, especially at night.
It's so beautiful. And
I'd love to be there
cool
in person
to
for a night
feel it
launch.
and everything. It's so cool, yeah. But it does seem like it was just to pick up the trash at the space station.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, so now I guess the $1 million idea, and maybe you tie in with Elon, talk to him as he's launching, 8 billion satellites to orbit the globe. Maybe we need a satellite trash company that goes up there and starts picking up some dead ones.
Yeah, because they're going to launch a ton of junk into into orbit, like thousands.
Yes,
thousands.
And there's still
of
thousands
satellites
flying around doing nothing.
Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of stuff bumping into each other up there. Right. We will need something to clean it up. But yeah, I just wish we were a little bit further along. Like I wish we were working on, I don't know, light speed at least, if not warp speed.
Maybe we are.
Yeah.
With the Galactic Federation.
Yeah, I hope so. But
I hope so too.
I kind of doubt it. Let's see. Cardi T tweets. Cardi T is the Pope for me tweets. Since Hollywood studios are producing content during the lockdown, they should do a 2020 remake of The Grinch where he's the hero for stealing Christmas and preventing the residents of Whoville from spreading COVID with their singing.
Yeah.
A masked version of the Who's. Yeah.
That'd be great.
And where they're told, sorry, you can't sing because you'll get spit on somebody else and they'll get sick. Can't have that. Beautiful Stable Genius tweets, the Babylon Bee no longer writes articles. Let's call them what they are, predictions. Jay Dunn, the Chicago alderman, was worse than do as I say. It was all my competition closes while I remain open. Yeah. Swimming in the street on a sunny day. Tweets, does a pup tent qualify as a tiny house? Asking for a friend. Gender McGenderface, when you're building your small home inside your home, I'm glad to see people are taking it seriously.
Thank you.
And paying attention to this. Do you still have to pay for all the permits and follow all the government regulations you did for your large home? Oh, of course. Oh,
yes.
Yeah. Obviously. Obviously. We can't allow you to backslide on regulations. Come on. What do you think is going on here?
We'll take your word for it for right now, but we will be by to inspect at some point.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we got people peeking inside your windows right now, making sure that you comply. All right, let me tell you about BloomsyBox. If you are looking for a company that delivers flowers that are fresher, longer, look no further than BloomsyBox. These are simply better blooms, and you're going to love them. And the person you send them to is absolutely going to love them because they're going to last a lot longer. These are weeks fresher. Why? Because they are handpicked and arranged at the farm just for you. Then they're sent directly to your house from the farm, which skips all kinds of middlemen in between. So they're delivered farm fresh, straight to where you want them to go. And I love the incredible prices, the huge selection. It doesn't matter whether you're sending a single holiday arrangement or you've got a subscription for someone special to receive flowers every month. Send BloomsyBox. Plus, we're going to get you started with a very special discount. Go to BloomsyBox.com. Enter the promo code PAT to get 15% off and free shipping. 15% and free shipping. That's promo code PAT for 15% off at BLOOMSY, BloomsyBox.com.
Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas, perhaps, means a little bit more.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
So Time Magazine has come up with their Person of the Year.
Person of the Year. They had the semifinalists. We had Donald Trump.
Okay.
We had Joe Biden.
Mm-hmm.
We had...
Black Lives Matter was in there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. They called it something else. They called it... I'll find it in...
The Marxist movement? Is that what they called it? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
The Marxist anti-family movement?
That was it, yes.
Okay, good.
And Dr. Fauci along with
I'm surprised that Fauci didn't win.
Frontline workers. I know, Fauci and the frontline workers. I'm surprised they didn't win. I actually did think they were going to win. But no.
Or BLM.
Oh, no. The winner... Well, actually, co-winners: Joe Biden and Kamala Harris.
The Person of the Year
make the cover
is two people again.
Congratulations!
So Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are the Person of the Year. All right. I thought they were different people, but I guess not.
No, I guess not.
they're the same.
I mean, they announced that BTS was Entertainer of the Year. And Athlete of the Year. I'll give you 3 guesses. And the first
LeBron
two don't
James.
count. Absolutely, LeBron James. Yes.
I'm surprised. I can't stand to look at him.
He was the Athlete of the Year. And I'm surprised. They would have had a tough argument, but I'm surprised they didn't give it to Colin Kaepernick.
Me too, yeah.
For the Athlete of the Year.
Right.
But he got in the news because he and Ben and Jerry's are teaming up.
Good.
With a new Colin Kaepernick ice cream.
Oh, jeez.
Change the World. A new non-dairy flavor that hit shelves in early 2021.
Wait, it's non-dairy?
Not non-dairy.
What's it made
flavor.
of? It's non-dairy?
Yes.
All right, that's great. Non-dairy, non-edible. Change the world. Frozen dessert. And look at, there's this cute little picture on the front. With the... Nice little fro going on.
I'm not one for boycotts or anything, but I can tell you that I have not given a dime to Ben and Jerry's in a long
me neither.
time.
I can't. I mean, it's good to see that they're still as stupid as they always were, though,
I know.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Even in their old age,
I mean,
they're just as
down
stupid
it,
as they always were.
This is all, defund the police movement. 100% of the proceeds are going to go to Your Rights Camp, with matching support from Ben and Jerry's, Your Rights Camp. So it's funny that you ask, what's Your Rights Camp?
What's Your Rights Camp?
Know Your Rights Camp. Oh, my gosh, it's founded by Colin Kaepernick. We advance the liberation and well-being of black and brown communities and elevate the next generation of change leaders. Huh. Now, when you go to the website of Know Your Rights Camp, the first page that pops up...
It's a defund the police thing,
isn't it?
It's the
Legal Defense Initiative. Mm-hmm. And if there's any kind of anything where injustice within your community, you need to send them the information, and they're gonna help you out. And, of course, they quote Malcolm X, concerning nonviolence, it is criminal to teach a man not to defend himself when he is the constant victim of brutal attacks.
Great to see him popping back up.
I know.
Him and Ben and Jerry, that's great. Oh, and Barack Obama this week has been sticking his freaking face back into
he sure has. And look, it's all about him trying to sell his stupid book anyway.
It is.
Right? I mean, he's just out there hawking his book.
Yeah, and I mean, he had some just bizarre things to say, like this.
Yeah, I ended up getting enormous support in these pretty conservative, rural, largely white communities when I was a senator. And that success was repeated when I ran for president in the first race in Iowa.
In Iowa.
By my second year in office, I'm not sure if I could make that same connection.
I wonder why. Well, he's going to tell us why he thinks it is. But do you remember how Barack Obama was presented in the beginning?
Yes.
This is a uniter. This guy is moderate.
Yes.
As moderate as the day is long. He's going to unite the country.
That speech, the one speech he gave
speech in 2004.
Yes, was the uniting speech.
Oh, it was a uniting speech. This man is wonderful. He's young. He's bold. He's mainstream. He's moderate. He reaches out to the other side.
Because now those same people.
And then we found out.
Are filtering me through Fox News and Rush Limbaugh and an entire conservative media infrastructure.
Shut up. I mean, that is so ridiculous. We found out who he was. That's the problem. It wasn't Rush Limbaugh and Fox News filtering him through anything. It was his own stupid comments like this.
It's not surprising then that they get better. They cling to guns or religion or
guns, religion,
antipathy towards people who aren't like them.
Oh, good, yeah, they're racist.
Anti-immigrant sentiment
or
anti-trade sentiment.
Anti-trade sentiment. Okay.
Anti-trade sentiment.
Sure.
Shut up.
He had this to say about Americans.
Unless we get on our high horse and think this is unique to some other place. Remember that during the Crusades and the Inquisition, people committed terrible deeds in the name of Christ.
Right.
In our home country,
slavery, country,
Jim Crow,
country,
all too often was justified in the name of Christ.
Right, that's right. Except for that was a complete reissue of everything historical. Don't worry about it. I just changed all of history there.
Man, I do not miss that guy.
He called all of his opponents, the opponents of same-sex marriage, bigots. He called the pro-life movement a war on women. He called all immigration enforcement advocates racists. He called the GOP the enemy of Hispanics. But conservatives got pissed at him because of Rush Limbaugh and Fox News. Okay. Thank you, Barack. Yeah. It's so great to have him back in our face again, isn't it?
Oh, man.
So great. More on trivia coming up next.
Pat Gray Unleashed on the Blaze Radio Network.
Upon the frozen tundra of the human mind.
Which country borders the United States to the north?
How about Mexico?
Wow, that's a great answer.
It's not exactly north, though.
Oh, man.
Two teams of infinitesimal intellect will collide in a cloud of glory.
The Ten Commandments were carried down the mountain by whom?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Oh.
His name was Blaine.
Mental gladiators, capable of taking a minor incline and turning it into an unscalable summit.
America claimed its independence from which country?
Nobody knows this.
Don't know. Yeah.
Dolt versus dimwit.
What territory did the United States purchase from France in the early 1800s?
New England.
Dunce versus dolt.
What is socialism?
Somebody that talks to the public.
Somebody that talks to the public.
There you go. What? No?
Moron versus moron.
What does USA stand for?
Pass.
Pass?
Oh, you pass, yeah.
It's the upstairs attic. You're gonna pass on what does USA stand for?
In an epic battle of nitwits.
If a show airs at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, what time is it in the Pacific Zone?
No, not about football.
This is not about football.
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all.
Okay.
Oh,
well, yeah, because she doesn't know football. How many times does she have to tell you,
should have
stupid?
changed the question.
This is Moron Trivia.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
And time for Moron Trivia. Today featuring Indianapolis Colts and Las Vegas Raiders. Here's our Moron Trivia commissioner to tell us how the game works.
Well, we're going to predict the outcome of that game. The Indianapolis Colts taking on the Las Vegas Raiders in Las Vegas this weekend. And we do that by calling stores in those local areas. And we ask them 4 questions each quarter, play 4 quarters. The team that answers the most questions correctly wins the game.
Now, we were wrong last week because
we knew we were going to be, though.
Yeah, we knew
and
it.
I went back and looked at the score, and we had to revert back to halftime because we only got to play half of the third quarter.
Yeah.
But New Orleans was in the lead.
No, I think...
Green Bay?
It was Green Bay, Philadelphia last week.
Green Bay was in the lead. And,
yeah, darn it.
I believe that they would have won had we finished the third quarter.
That's quite possible.
Because there's no way. We knew leaving, right? That wasn't going to happen.
Mm-hmm. As it turns out, though, we're 6-5 on the season.
Right.
So we're waiting for our first contestant.
Ahead.
Who's the home team? Is it Indy?
Raiders.
Okay. Raiders.
Vegas.
The Las Vegas Raiders. We'll get into that coming up in a minute.
Beautiful empty stadium.
First of all, let me tell you about GlintPay, because GlintPay is this idea whose time should have come a long time ago, but it didn't. And I'm so glad these guys have made it a reality. It turns your hard asset, gold, into a liquid asset. Now, you can keep it hard if you want to. You can buy gold and just save it and use it as a hedge against inflation. Do what Glenn does and just use it in case, all hell breaks loose. Can't imagine that happening. Who can imagine all hell breaking loose? I'm sure that won't be the case. So, but you could, if you wanted to. Or you can buy it and you can use it. You can spend it. And then your expenditures are backed by your gold. Really fantastic. It's real gold. There's no crypto, no tokens. Just real actual gold. You own it 100%. You can save it or you can spend it. The gold is allocated to you in a Brinks vault in Switzerland. The Glint card that they'll send to you is FDIC insured up to $250,000. So it's fantastic and really fun too. Would use the MasterCard that comes with it, and you could tell them, I just paid for this meal in gold. Or this pair of socks. I just paid for that with gold. The card is issued in the United States by Sutton Bank, member FDIC, pursuant to license from MasterCard International. Go to glintpay.com/gray and download the app, glintpay.com/gray, for all the information.
And there were in the same country shepherds, abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them. And the glory of the Lord shone round about them. And they were sore afraid. And the angel said unto them, Fear not. For behold, I bring you tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. And this shall be a sign unto you. Ye shall find the babe wrapped in swaddling clothes, lying in a manger. And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly host praising God, and saying, Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill toward men. That's what Christmas is all about, Charlie Brown.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
2 weeks from today is Christmas. You believe that? 2 weeks from today.
No, that can't be right.
Yeah, it is right. It actually is. It's exactly 2 weeks from today. So get ready. All right, we're still waiting for a contestant to get us started in Las Vegas. So let me share a few tweets here with you. Spoiling Duck, just the tip of the president, tweets that whole flip over, invert, engine reigniting thing happened to my car once. Hell of a thing.
Hell of a thing. But we had all the data that we needed, so it was fine.
It was fine. Jeffy's teraton scale calibrator tweets, maybe the technology is too advanced to land on the moon now. Maybe we need to break out an old Tandy computer and build a rocket from that.
The old Tandy computer.
Remember those?
Oh, yeah, from Radio Shack. Wow.
Semi-automatic Santa tweets, with all of the schools shut down and Common Core math being taught, we better get to Mars soon. Otherwise, in the future, a lot more of those SpaceX ships will be blowing up on the launch pad.
I hope not.
Jackie McJackhole, I hope that people don't say that the former Israeli Space Administration official is senile at 87. I know some people who are running Senate Judiciary Committees at that age. Yeah, they're really concerned about Dianne Feinstein, too. She's stepped down from her Senate Judiciary position, actually. She's just a member now. She's not a ranking member anymore. Because she sat there at one of these committee hearings and asked the exact same question to the same person twice in a row.
I mean, maybe she was hoping for a different answer.
And maybe, I don't know. But the guy who was answering the questions was really nice about it, really polite to her. Spoons tweets, sure, Ben and Jerry are a bunch of douchebags, but their Heath Bar ice cream is chef's kiss. Okay.
I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't care. I'm not saying you can't enjoy it and good for you, but I'm not giving them a dime of my money.
No, those guys are. I mean, they're not just hippies. They're not just hippies who are just a little bit liberal. I think they're downright communists.
I believe that.
I really think they are.
And they've only made a couple of bucks.
Yeah, and dang rich communists, by the way. John tweets, stupidest band name of 2020, Fauci and the Frontline Workers. All right, still awaiting our first contestant in the city of Las Vegas.
Greater
Las Vegas area, which includes the entire Southwest United States
yes, it does.
of America.
It does.
By the way, the NAACP wants Joe Biden now to appoint a White House advisor on racial justice because there's just not enough of that going around right now. Is there? They're just
no.
When are we ever going to have a conversation on race in this country?
I don't know, but it's about time we do.
Yeah. When are we finally going to, put white people in their place and tell them that they've been in charge too long and they shouldn't ever be in charge again? And in fact, I'm not even sure there's a place for them on this planet, frankly. Derek Johnson, the president of the NAACP, is pressing Joe Biden to create a new position in the White House that would serve as a national advisor on racial justice issues. On Tuesday, Johnson, several other civil rights leaders, including Al Sharpton, met with Biden in Delaware. Ahead of the meeting, Johnson told the New York Times Biden should appoint a czar in his administration that would be solely focused on civil rights. Wouldn't that be great?
Yes.
That'd be wonderful.
Yes.
I'm sure that would go really well.
Yeah, was that part of the leaked Zoom call? That meeting?
I think this was before the Zoom call or maybe after, one of the two.
Because I know there's leaked Zoom call messages out there now where they were all on there with all the black leaders. Sharpton was there, Johnson was there, and there were 4 or 5 other people there on this call that was supposed to be private, that someone recorded, and that audio is out there now.
That's interesting.
That is interesting, isn't it? And he tells them he talks about he believes in the Constitution.
Right.
Wholeheartely.
Biden says that?
Yes. It's the Constitution. He's not going to do anything against the Constitution.
Yeah. That's what the man says. I feel perfectly comfortable believing that. Don't you?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
no.
I mean, he carries the pocket Constitution around with
Joe
him.
Biden loves these people haven't even mentioned the They didn't even hear of the Constitution until recently. And now all of a sudden they're all about the Constitution.
I know.
Okay.
And he talks about
agonizing.
The defund the police movement, which, Barack had said that they shouldn't be, that hurt them. And he says it hurt them as well. By talking about defund the police.
Yeah.
And look, he's still for police reform, but hey, let's not really talk about it until after the Senate election in Georgia, okay? Till after January 5th. Let's not really talk about it. But I'm for it. I'm all for that whole, we're gonna transform the police department, but let's not talk about it.
Is that from the call?
Yeah.
We need to play that.
Yeah, let's not talk about it.
Because that is amazing. I mean, how much of that going on behind the scenes? I'd love to hear more of those conversations behind the scenes because there's a ton of stuff that we could glean from that would be eye-opening to us. I mean, you have no idea. We see what they say in public. What do they say in private?
Right.
I shudder to even think. Also, we've got this Michigan State rep. Speaking of things they say in public, how about the Michigan State rep who was calling on soldiers to make Trumpers make them pay?
Cynthia. Yeah, we do. Cynthia Johnson.
Cynthia Johnson.
This is just a warning to you Trumpers.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Okay.
Walk lightly.
Walk lightly.
We ain't playing with you.
You're not.
Enough of the shenanigans.
What shenanigans?
Enough is enough. And for those of you who are soldiers, you know how to do it.
Do what?
Do it right. Be in order. Make them pay.
Wow, is that creepy stuff? Jeez.
I know. It's even creepier because she's so calm about it.
Yeah.
It's not yelling or screaming. Make them pay.
Right. And she's got a follow-up to that threat, too. Here's Cynthia.
All you soldiers of Christ. Soldiers against racism.
Mm-hmm.
Soldiers against misogyny.
Yeah.
Soldiers against domestic violence and domestic terrorism. Soldiers, rise. It's time for you to rise.
Wow, is she bizarre?
Soldiers! Soldiers for Christ. Soldiers against racism.
You already said that.
Soldiers against misogyny.
Yeah, you said that too.
Soldiers.
Soldiers. You've said soldiers.
For
for
black and brown.
For black
people who are
being
mistreated. Rise.
Soldiers. Wow. Creepy and weird.
So they removed her from the legislative committees in Michigan, but now they're saying, and the governor, of course, oh, that's probably too much.
That's probably too much.
We probably went too far. Yeah, we went too far. We'll probably have to bring her back.
Wow.
Show some compassion.
Are you kidding me?
Show some compassion.
If that's a Republican,
oh my gosh,
saying something similar to white people, and insinuating that black people need to be dealt with, they'd be more than removed from a committee. That would not be far enough. No, they'd be calling that person a member of the KKK, inciting violence, inciting racism, inciting civil war. But for her, that might be too much. That's too much. She didn't mean nothing by that. Oh, okay. All right. So, hoping to get our first contestant in Las Vegas for more on trivia. We'll get to that hopefully coming up here in a second. First, let me tell you about Real Estate Agents I Trust. Real Estate Agents I Trust. This is Glenn's company. And so his team carefully vets these agents all over the country. If they can't find a really good agent in an area, there's just not a member of Real Estate Agents I Trust in that area, because they have to have great track records. They have to have really good marketing plans. They have to know what people are looking for when they're buying a home or when they're selling a home. Because when you're selling your home, you're going to need great advice on how best to sell it quickly and for the most amount of money. Because if it doesn't sell quickly, you're not going to get the most amount of money. And nobody knows that better than Glenn, who had a house sit for, 2.5, 3 years, something like that.
That's a long time.
Yeah. And wound up selling a really nice house in Connecticut for $37.98. $37.98 is all he got.
At the time,
yeah,
he was happy with it.
Yeah,
that's what happens.
That's what happens.
Without realestateagentsitrust.com.
Exactly.
That's what happens.
So the name really kind of says it all. These are real estate agents you can trust. Go to realestateagentsicantrust.com. Realestateagentsitrust.com.
Pat Gray.
Welcome to it. Great to have you with us. Thanks for being here. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Eric Swalwell won't say whether he had sex with the Chinese spy.
Well, you don't talk out of school.
So, obviously, if you didn't have sex with the Chinese spy, you say, no, I didn't have sex with her.
Right down the line.
Of course. I'm not going to talk about that.
Which is surprising because they usually, when caught, deny.
Yeah, right. Why wouldn't you just say no? Why wouldn't you?
Right.
Really weird. Look at that. We got Philip in Las Vegas. Hey, Philip.
Hey.
We're going to ask you 4 questions, if that's okay.
Okay.
All right. You can't ask anybody for help, and if you don't know the answer, just take a guess, okay?
Okay.
All right. Name one landlocked state. Colorado. Indeed. All right. Question number 2. Finish this phrase. I'm cuckoo for...
Cocoa Puffs.
Cocoa Puffs. Yes. Number 3. Who wrote Hamlet and A Midsummer Night's Dream?
I'm not really sure.
Not sure? Yeah. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. It's Justin Bieber wrote those two. Justin Bieber. Question number 4. On what continent would you find the home of kangaroos?
Australia.
Australia is exactly right. Yeah. Congratulations. Wow, that's 3 out of 4. Nicely done. Are you a Las Vegas Raiders fan?
No, I'm not.
You're not. Are you a football fan?
Yes, I am.
And who's your team?
Steelers.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
They got robbed with that Alex Smith runoff the other day, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, you did. What are you going to do, though? What are you going to do? So, yes, you spent a life cheering for the Steelers, and by the time the Raiders got there, it was too late, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you already had it built in. Yeah. Well, I don't blame you. All right, man. Well, appreciate it.
Actually, I'm from Ohio, so.
Are you?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Sorry
what are you doing in
about that.
Vegas then? What happened?
I met a girl online, and I moved here 5 years ago.
Wow. That's a story we can all relate to. Met a
Yes,
girl.
it is.
Moved.
Yes,
changed
it
your
is.
life. You still with her, or did she dump you? Oh, okay, good.
Nice.
All right. Congratulations. All right, man. Well, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Have a great weekend.
Okay, you too.
All right. I'll try to. Thank you. Bye-bye. All right. So he got 3 out of 4,
3
right?
out of 4, yeah.
3 out of 4.
3 out of 4.
I mean, the Who wrote Hamlet in Midsummer Night's Dream? That's just beyond.
Too tough.
It's too difficult. So it's 3-0 so far, but we are we haven't gotten to our contestant in Indianapolis yet.
Correct.
So we'll give them a chance to sound off here as soon as we get somebody on the line. Meantime, we were talking about the Swalwell thing, where he won't say whether or not he had sex with. And why is that important? Because a lot of times when you're having sex with somebody, there's a little pillow talk that goes on afterwards.
Really?
Yeah. That's what they say. And so you would be worried about somebody in that situation maybe divulging some secrets that they probably shouldn't be doing.
Or you would think that it's possible that if that person you were having sex with was a spy for another country or company, they would try to blackmail you.
Right.
With the information
exactly
that you were cheating on your wife and family with her.
Which he apparently was, because otherwise, again, you would just say no. Did you have sex with a Chinese spy? If you didn't have sex with a Chinese spy, why wouldn't you say, no, I didn't? No, I did
I know
not.
what you're talking about.
Yeah, I did not have sex with her.
Fang and I were just hanging out. We were just playing Scrabble together.
Yeah. Oh, that's all we did the whole time.
Yeah, it was no pillow talk.
Scrabble. I'd call Fang and I'd say, hey, Fang. And she'd say, why are you calling me by my last name? And I'd say, I'm not. That's your first name. I'm calling you by your... Okay. And she'd say, okay, right. And then I'd invite her over for Scrabble.
A little playful fun with the Fang.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we did.
Mm-hmm. All right, we have Tammy in, fortunately, to save us from this. We have Tammy in Indianapolis. Hey, Tammy.
Hey.
We're going to ask you 4 quick questions, if that's all right.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't ask anybody for help, and if you don't know the answer, just take a guess, okay?
Okay.
Name one landlocked state.
California. We'll go with that.
Oh,
California.
Man, that's a good guess.
Good guess.
That's a good guess.
Oh, it's not exactly right, though. We were looking for Saskatchewan.
Oh.
All right,
Yeah.
Question number 2. Finish this phrase. I'm cuckoo for blank.
I'm what? Cuckoo for...
I'm cuckoo for...
Nobody knows.
No. For
fun?
For fun? I'm cuckoo
yeah.
for fun.
Yeah. That's a good one, though.
We were looking for the famous phrase, I'm cuckoo for Albuquerque. I don't know where it came from, but a lot of people say it. Yeah, it's just one of those things. Nobody knows where it came from. But,
that's weird.
Yeah. Question number 3. Who wrote Hamlet and A Midsummer Night's Dream?
Have no
idea?
Yeah, no way.
Yeah. Stephen King, some of his best work from Stephen King. Question number 4. What continent is home to the kangaroo?
A zoo?
A zoo?
Yep.
A zoo?
No, it's
Nope, didn't get none of them right.
yeah, no, you didn't. This one's kind of a quick trick question, though, because kangaroos don't have a home. They're all homeless. So, yeah.
But they do. They are
they
on
live
a
outside.
continent.
But they are on a continent, but it's not their home because they're homeless. So, all right. Well, thanks a lot for playing. Going to send you the home version of our game psychically. And I just did.
Pat Gray Unleashed on the Blaze Radio Network. Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Okay, we are headed into the second quarter of More on Trivia. The score?
The Las Vegas Raiders 3, the Indianapolis Colts 0. I know.
Huh. All right. Yes, our brain surgeon that we got in Indianapolis.
Yeah, Tammy.
Yeah.
Tammy was on fire.
She was 0 for 4.
On fire.
She was on fire. And fuego. If you will.
So how, Pat, if you were got into an argument with your wife, and I'm not saying that you ever would argue with your wife, but if you were to get into an argument with your wife, how mad would you have to be to storm out of the house and walk 280 miles in 7 days?
I'm pretty much thinking I could never get that mad.
I know I could.
Anyone for anything.
I know I could. So, all right, I'll tell you.
We'll get into this in a second. We have Dick in Las Vegas, right? Dick, hi. You there?
Yes, sir.
Hey, we're going to ask you 4 quick questions, if that's all right.
Go for it, man. Outlaw Food and Gas in Elko County, Nevada. The green state with the water, not that dried up stuff like Southern Nevada.
I was just going to say the same thing. I was just thinking the same thing. That's really weird. All right, man, we're going to ask you these 4 questions. You can't ask for help, and if you don't know the answer, just take a guess, all right?
Okay.
All right. Question number 1. If you need to hire an Uber, what are you looking for?
If I what?
If you need to hire an Uber, what are you trying to get? What are you looking for?
Oh, something specific.
Yeah, something specific.
Specific.
Be more specific.
It would have to be specific, something that I would look for specifically.
Yeah, right. If you're looking to hire an Uber.
Right, that's true.
Uber. So what would you be looking for? Be something specific. Specifically.
Well, right now, I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. Let's say a church. How about that?
A church. A church.
Right.
That's really close. You're looking for a plumber. Yeah, you want a plumber.
I know.
All right, man. Question number 2. What gas lifts balloons? What kind of gas would you need to lift a balloon?
The same kind that did the hydrogen balloons in Germany, which would be halogen.
Halogen? It'd be halogen. Halogen gas?
You don't sell that at your station, right?
That's really close. Yeah. Do you sell any halogen gas?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't use it no more anyway. That's obsolete.
Halogen gas is obsolete. Yeah. They used to. You're right. They used to use it in Zeppelins, but they don't anymore.
Obsolete. All that is obsolete. It's not tech no more.
I hear you, man. I hear you.
History. Next.
All right, man. Question number 3. Olympic athletes who come in 3rd place typically earn which kind of medal?
It wasn't Jesse Owens. They was too far behind the game anyway.
Yeah, I know.
Hitler didn't recognize him.
Right. Sorry. Right. They win the Purple Heart medal.
Again, history.
History. What are you going to do?
That do some real valiant on things and stuff. Not athletes to get to go home at night sleeping. Come on with it. Next.
I like where your head's at, man.
Yeah, that's right, man. Purple Heart soldiers, they earn that. It ain't no
they do.
Athletes
that's exactly
go home
right.
every night.
Yeah, that's right.
Their wives and stuff. Next.
What you said. Which state's initials are SD?
Ooh.
Yeah. Another tough one.
State initial, huh?
A state's initials.
South Dakota.
There you go. There you go, Dick. You're the man.
Dick, that was a really good job. Nice going, man.
No, all them other ones and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
I look at all the World War II movies and stuff, and
I know.
Okay, you good. I'm ringing up customers at the same time.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
me too. Us too.
$4.09.
All right, man. Next, we're going to go to the next one.
Between two different things, you can't hardly answer questions.
I know.
You're exactly right. That's for sure. I was just thinking the same thing yesterday. About this time of day, too. Weird. All right.
Hey, Joe Biden said quit playing around with people's guns.
Right.
Get a BB gun and stuff and learn some education.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah, get a BB gun, man.
Learn some education.
A BB gun or a shotgun, am I right? Get a shotgun.
Yeah. Get a BB gun. Then you start and begin to learn what it's like to be a real man.
You might want to stay away from all guns. I'm just thinking maybe
no. Guns is a genuine ugly name for a weapon.
Okay.
For a weapon.
There it is. Put it out there in the world. Genuine ugly name for weapon is the word gun. That's all it means.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, we're gonna let you go and get back to your customers.
Good day and stuff. Glad
you too.
Got me at the cash register. My
right on,
is halfway
man.
here and halfway there.
Right on,
God
dude,
bless
man.
America.
Yeah.
God bless Donald Trump.
Absolutely.
Joe
Whoa, go. Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
Gotta edit that little last part there.
No problem. We're with you though, Dick. We're with you.
I think Dick's been drinking his breakfast maybe this morning, or
he's busy.
Something. He's
dealing with customers. He's talking on the phone. He's doing a couple of two things at once.
Wow.
You can't do two things at once like that.
No, you can't. That's right. That's right.
He's trying. He's trying there. Next.
Okay, let's get next in Indianapolis.
So my man.
So your man.
My man is fighting with his wife. And then he slams the door shut.
Oh, we're talking about the guy in Italy now.
And walks 7 days, 280 miles.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm going on record as saying that no. That's not happening.
You're not going to be that mad at your wife either?
No, I am not.
Okay.
Now, the only reason, he could have walked more. But she reported him missing, said they got into an argument and he left. And she reported him missing. They found him 7 days later, 280 miles away, because it was 2 a.m. in the morning and he was breaking the curfew that Italy has. You're not supposed to be out between 10 p.m. and 5 a.m.
Because that's when the virus will get you.
Yes.
It won't get you before 10 p.m. It gets you after 10 p.m.
Even if you're out walking by yourself.
Right.
I mean, it's looking for people walking by themselves like that. So they put him up in a hotel and fined him 400 euros. And
Wow. All right, we got Judy in Indianapolis. Hey, Judy.
Yeah.
We're going to ask you 4 quick questions, if that's all right.
Okay.
Okay. You can't ask for help, and if you don't know the answer, just take a guess, all right?
Okay.
Okay. Question number 1. If you need to hire an Uber, what are you looking for?
If I need to what?
If you need to hire an Uber, what are you looking for?
A car.
A car.
A ride.
Good job. Thank you. Excellent. Question number 2. What gas lifts balloons? In other words, you put this gas in a balloon and it'll float.
A hot air balloon? Is that what you're talking about?
Okay.
So it could be hot air?
I don't know.
So, yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, it's classical gas. We're looking for classical gas. Question number 3. Olympic athletes who come in third place typically earn what kind of medal?
I don't know.
No?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You want to guess?
You want to guess?
Nah.
No, she didn't want to. It's the second loser medal. Very prestigious. Very, very prestigious. Question number 4. Which state's initials are SD?
SP?
SD, like dog. SD.
South Dakota.
South
there you
Dakota.
Go.
Congratulations. Well, you were fantastic. We're gonna
fire today.
Yeah. Are you a Indianapolis Colts fan?
Yes.
Are you really?
Yeah.
And who do you like on the team the best?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, ever since Andrew Luck left, who's still there? I don't know. Right? I mean, is that how you feel about it too?
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been talking about that for a while now. All right. Well, you've been such a fantastic contestant. We're going to send you the home version of our game psychically. And I just did. All right?
Cool.
Have a great weekend. All right. Bye-bye now. All right. Well, she was a happy, fun contestant,
Judy
wasn't
was
she?
Great.
It was great.
Judy was great.
Really wonderful. All right. As we wait for a contestant.
It's halftime.
Here we are at halftime. The score is?
It's halftime. The Vegas Raiders are up by 4-2.
Okay. Second half coming up. First, let me tell you about Omaha Steaks. Omaha Steaks these are phenomenal steaks. At Omaha Steaks, they're America's original butcher. They've been doing this since 1917, 103 years, 5 generations of quality and expertise to deliver the perfectly aged, hand-cut by master butchers in the heartland of America, the best steaks possible. All of their world-class steaks, burgers, chops, and more are delivered safely to your door as a gift and are backed by their unconditional 100% money-back guarantee. If you don't love these, they'll give you your money back. That's how confident they are. And their steaks are so tender and dry-aged that you won't believe that even the top sirloin, just delicious. It's almost as tender as the fillets. And the fillets, they call them spoon fillets because you can literally cut them with a spoon.
I'd like to attempt that.
Amazing.
Here,
I would like, yes, we need to have some delivered here and then maybe have Matthew cook them and then bring them on in. Plus, their desserts are phenomenal as well. Just last night, I had the caramel apple tartlet. My gosh, those are delicious. Deliver the perfect gift this year or send yourself something special. Omaha Steaks, shipped directly to your doorstep. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do this. That's the world's greatest steaks, plus premium meals, premium meats, easy meals, everything you need for a memorable gift or to stock up for yourself. Get a jump on gift shopping with Omaha Steaks today, all backed by a 100% money-back guarantee.
Unleashed.
Go to omahasteaks.com/gray and place your order today. omahasteaks.com/gray. So good. You will not be disappointed. All right.
I just went there, as a matter of fact.
You did?
I just went to omahasteaks.com/gray.
While you're there, place an order. Place an order.
Looking to place an order.
You will not be disappointed.
Right now.
Okay.
Can I hit you up for that Glint card over there?
No.
Because it's for the show.
Yeah. Right. Sure it is. All right. We got to get to the. It was Jill Biden was just asked an interesting question. Because it's interesting because we were trying to get people interested in this story for, I don't know, a year before the election. Nobody's interested in this story of Hunter Biden. Nobody. All of a sudden, the mainstream media is starting to ask Biden, Joe Biden, and Jill Biden
Jill's out
about
on her
Hunter.
Own. Jill's out on her own doing a little press. So.
But I know, but they're asking the two of them separately about Hunter now, all of a sudden. And they don't like it. Here's what happened when Jill Biden was asked about Hunter.
I've already talked to him.
Mr. Biden, what day on the news? A reaction to the news of the investigation of your son Hunter.
Yep.
Huh.
Oh, no.
Gotta be kidding me.
Gotta go.
Thank you all.
We're done. Get out.
Nope, sorry, gotta go. Okay. I mean, she gets away with that everywhere she goes. She just ignores it.
You don't get to ask that.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. After Donald Trump.
Sorry, yes, I do. Yeah, I do get to ask that. Especially now that you think your husband's going to be the president of the United States. I'm definitely asking this question.
We want to know about Bo's brother.
Wow. Wait, Bo had a brother?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's Hunter.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, that's that.
They don't like to talk about him,
No.
and certainly not about his tax investigation.
Right.
Certainly not about anything nefarious that went on in Ukraine and China.
None of that.
And now, all of a sudden, what a surprise! The media's interested now.
Yep.
This is unbelievable. Also, yesterday, Biden couldn't get the names of his cabinet, the nominees right.
It's just a little mix-up.
Just a little mix-up.
And I'm grateful to the members of my COVID team that I'd like to introduce to you now, who will lead the way.
Okay.
I'm really proud of this group.
Are you?
For Secretary of Health and Education Service, I nominated Javier Baccaria. Javier Becerra, excuse me. He currently the Attorney General of California, leading the second largest Justice Department in America.
Javier Baccaria. Javier Bashir. Javier. No, it's Bob Stevenson. I'm sorry. Bob Stevenson.
Whatever. What's his name again?
How does that happen? I think in addition to losing his cognitive abilities, he can't see very well either. And so he's trying to read teleprompters, and he can't. He can't.
Right. And we saw the one teleprompter that they had at that one event, right? That was monstrous.
Yeah. And he was still struggling.
He
still couldn't do it.
And we know he can't read numbers.
Yeah.
We know he inverts numbers all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. He does. It's a trillion. It's a billion.
Yep.
It's a quadrillion. It's whatever it is. It's $2. Yeah. $2. Whatever. I mean, it's incredible.
It is. And now he can't. Obviously, he can't. I don't know if he's not seeing it right. It's just not computing in his head. I don't know what's going on there, but there's something wrong there.
And you would think that this is a person that you were nominating.
And you would know.
You would know the man's name.
Yeah, you would think you would know.
You would know the person's name.
Uh-huh.
Javier
Baccaria. No. Diarrhea? No. It's Stephen Jones. Stephen Jones is my... What is he? What is he going to do? I don't know. He's going to do something for my team. I don't know what's going on here. And sadly, I don't think he does know what's going on. So the implosion continues, and nobody cares about that still. I wonder when that will kick in. The Hunter Biden coverage is starting to kick in right now.
Yes, it is.
When will the cognitive abilities or lack thereof, when will that coverage start to kick in? That's going to be interesting to watch.
1st of February?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. When he's no longer able to fulfill his duties as president of the United States, perhaps?
Maybe. Maybe.
Also, we showed you yesterday the video of that Pee Wee coach, the Pee Wee football coach.
And down in Kissimmee.
9 unders. That was a 9 under national championship.
Yeah, in Kissimmee. Yeah.
And the coach just went crazy on a kid and elbowed him in the face with his helmet on. And then, here it is. This is really hard to watch. Jeez. Hits him with his elbow. I mean, hard, too. Hard. Then he turns around and goes back for another little shot and smacks him down to the ground. Good God. How is it possible no parents were down there? How is it possible nobody jumped out of the stands and ran down onto the field to confront that guy? Would you have, if that's your kid, are you letting him do that?
It depends on what the kid did.
Oh my God. Get out of here.
What did he do or what he didn't do?
Okay, we got Phil in Las Vegas.
Of course not.
Oh, Phil hung up, so we don't have Phil.
But we don't know what made the coach so angry, right?
It doesn't matter what made him angry. It's a football game for 9-year-olds.
I know.
Jeez.
I know.
I don't care if he fumbled the ball every time he had it.
It's one thing yelling
at
him. It's one thing yelling at him. Yeah. You don't be hitting them ever.
No,
I coached for a long time.
Absolutely not.
And I understand yelling, but never any kind of physical violence like that. That's just that can't happen. It just can't happen.
Way beyond the pale.
Yeah, and the league even said,
yeah, the league tried to dismiss it at first.
He's a good coach. He went too far. Let him be. It's fine.
He may have gone a little too far.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Which it's not. But even the parent of the little kid, the mother, defended him and said, look, you don't know him. It's none of your business. Back off.
Right?
No.
I mean, obviously the parent...
I don't care if you know the guy or not. That's way out of control, and the guy should never coach again, and I think he has been eliminated from the league now.
Obviously, the mother saw what the kid did or didn't do. So,
and she agreed with the coach, and she would have been out there slapping him down as well, apparently. I mean, seriously.
That's what it sounded like.
It did sound that way. I mean, it's despicable.
Because I would have been a tad upset.
Oh, man, I would have been so... I would have been out of my mind.
Yeah.
And so I guess the coach gave kind of a half-hearted apology.
Right, he said he was sorry.
I told the kid, I'm sorry. The parent, he forgives me. The parents forgive me.
Whatever. I went too far.
Let's move on.
He said I should have waited till we were.
I should have waited.
Yeah, I should have waited till we were off the field.
But he didn't say. You should have beat him in private. You should have beaten him in private.
Yeah.
That's what you should have done. Yeah. That would have been the answer to it. Yeah, let's take him in the locker room, then I'll slap him down.
I normally slap him down in the locker room when nobody's around.
That's exactly
what
it sounded like.
I know.
It's exactly what it sounded like. And it sounded like the only reason he was sorry was because everybody saw it.
Yeah, somebody filmed it.
Yep. Should have done it in private.
I know. You all saw what he did or didn't do.
I think the fact that nobody came out of the stands to challenge that guy immediately after slugging a 9-year-old kid viciously with an elbow and then slapping him down to the ground says a lot about the disintegration of our society. How is it possible that no one came out of the stands to help that kid or came to his defense? How is it possible?
No.
Not the parents, not the friends, not neighbors.
We don't know.
Nobody.
I'm surprised that they were having this championship anyway during these COVID times.
Yeah,
so I don't know how big
surprising.
a crowd was there. We know that one person was filming it, but I don't know how much of the audience was there to watch these games.
I don't know. That's true. I don't know. But the apology was exactly this. At the end of the day, I'm a man. I'm not going to make no excuses for what I did. Well, if you're not going to make no excuses, that must mean you're going to make some excuses, right? Then he makes a really good point. As we said, I shouldn't have disciplined the child in public. I should have waited till we got back.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. Yeah, I should have smacked him down in private. At the end of the day, I apologize to him, the kids, the city, and my family back at home. I do apologize.
Shut up.
It did.
Leave me alone.
The whole thing sounded like he was about to say just that. Now shut up and get off my back. All right?
We got a team to coach.
It's no big deal.
We're playing in the championships, and that's why we're playing in the championship, okay?
But even LeBron James had a problem with this. He was so outraged that he shared the video and said, ain't no way, couldn't be my kid. Hell, if I there, and it's not even my kid, we gonna have more of the words for sure.
I mean,
thank you,
hello.
LeBron.
I know.
The only decent thing you've said in, 2 years, probably.
Ooh, I'm not gonna, longer than that.
Maybe longer than that.
Longer than
a lot longer than that. Maybe since he was, 17 years old.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Since before he became a spoiled athlete where he can do and say whatever he wants.
So that was nobody about 10 years old, maybe?
Yeah.
Probably the same age as that kid on the football field.
Probably. Yes. Wow. Just really amazing. But I think in the end, they did do the right thing, and I think they banned the guy
Pretty much have to
from
now.
the league.
They have to now. No, but people are outraged at that. And you can't let that guy stand as a coach.
You can't.
You just can't.
You can't.
I'm sorry, no. You just can't.
Amazing.
All right, so halftime, more on trivia. That's the game. Final. Las Vegas Raiders 4, Indianapolis Colts 2.
So we're predicting Raiders over the Colts this weekend.
Yep.
All right. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday.